Hello everybody, this is the bonus episode for Master of Orion II Battle at Antares version 1.1. We concluded our playthrough in episode 8 where I won through the council, and then I said I will do a bonus playthrough for attacking the Antaran homeworld, and that's a video I actually recorded, and it was 2 hours long, me building up a big fleet with high-tech stuff to defeat the Antarans at their home world. But the whole thing was kind of repetitive and perhaps a bit boring. So what I did instead is prepare a couple of saves so I can show you some things that I think are interesting to show. So first of all, let's load up the old map. Here we are. And what you can see on this map is that I played some 60 turns more in this game. Most of the stuff is blue. And we have a fleet sitting at Orion, which is quite a large fleet. And we have at Nazin a space hydra approaching our system. So that's why I started the game here. So you can see the monster, and then the next turn will invade Orion. And we're going to do that with just a handful of ships. Let me first put these guys back to the fleet and show the actual fleet. Here they are. I built a lot of infidels with one stellar converter and some defense systems. We're going to need only one of those ships when we go to Antares, so the others we can delete, scrap. So an infidel with one stellar converter, and then we have a defiler which also has a stellar converter, but instead of normal defensive stuff, this one also has an Achilles targeting unit and then heavy armor in inertial stabilizer. Then there is a Nemesis which has a stellar converter and a structural analyzer. So this one has an Achilles unit, battle pods, heavy armor, inertial stabilizer. This one has hard shields, heavy armor and structural analyzer. Then all these gyro ships, we don't need them anymore. Can scrap them. And this stuff also can be deleted. We don't need this. Okay. So here's the Avenger. And then there was this ship with 15 death rays. That's the one we're gonna refit now. So we have to do that at Orion. And let's find the planet. Here's Orion. And refit the death ray ship, which is this one. Now version 1.1 did not have the possibility to refit with templates. So for every refit you would go into the manual design screen, which is kind of a chore. So luckily they realized that, and in a later version they introduced a refit by template pop-up screen. It's not here, so we have to do it manually now. So I'm going to put the stellar converter, and then instead of the reinforced hull I'll put high energy focus, which is this one. So we have heavy armor, inertial stabilizer, high energy focus. For stellar converters we don't need a computer actually, but I'll keep it in anyway because it doesn't matter at this point. And let's make a new, let's call him Menace. It's a nice design. And that refit will be done for next turn, so that's good. Now in the meantime let us click turn and then see what this Hydra is all about. So the Hydra is a quite slow monster, 6 combat speed only, but it has a large body of 1500 structure and 5 heavy mount plasma breath. So if this guy shows up somewhere mid-turn, it might actually be a threat, but usually he's kind of late, and in this case he's very late, because he will pose no threat at all for our Star Fortress here. Now one interesting thing to note for the Star Fortress is that if you look at the specials list, You see battle scanner, heavy armor, etc. But you won't see the warp dissipator because it wasn't in version 1.1. They added that only in version 1.3. And as a consequence, when they made that change to have warp dissipator, battle scanner was actually dropped. It's still in the list, but if you have warp dissipator, battle scanner is at number 9, so it won't appear in the 8 specials here. So you would miss your beam attack. Now once you start playing with initiative, this becomes a problem actually, because the fortress will then be last, or one of the last to act, which is a huge disadvantage. So what we did for version 1.5 is, and then the 150 standard version, so it's done by config and not as a patch, we changed it in such a way that battle scanner gets priority over shield capacitor. So you do get the warp dissipator and the battle scanner, but not the capacitor in the 150 standard mode. As you can see, the Star Fortress has no mods on the beams, not even on the phaser, and no mods on the Xeon missiles. So let's put this one on auto. And now you can see we're going to the tech screen, and I've done all the techs except for the transgenetics part. So let's do that one and complete the tech tree. So here it is, the biomorphic fungi, evolutionary mutation, and the Gaia transformation. And the reason I held off for that field is I want to show you what happens in version 1.1 when you go to this screen. You can take your 4 race development picks, and actually I've seen in another playthrough I did on this version that you don't always get 4 picks. I had an instance, for example, where I only got 1 pick. So and that's something they fixed in a later version as well. So here it's random, and in this case we got 4, but you can also get 1 or 2 picks. Another thing I noted here is that the Warlord option is blocked. So I have 4 picks, but I cannot choose Warlord for some reason. So in this case, I'm not playing for score anyway, so I'm going to take away our ground combat penalty and take a +10 and then accept it. Okay, we don't need to be here. So let's now attack Antares, and we're going to bring these 4 ships. High energy focus, Achilles unit, a regular stellar, and the one with the structural analyzer. Perhaps it's nice to bring Kronos, because he has some defense via Helmsman. And let's put him on the... where shall we put him? Let's put him on the regular ship. I'm not going to bring the Diablo because he has ordnance, so that will increase the damage. And I want to show the battle at Antares without a leader that modifies the damage. So this guy also doesn't go to the fight. We only bring a Kronos. He is a galactic lore, and it says it gives you +30 in combat when battling space monsters and Antarans, but that's actually not the case. It only gives you a bonus for attack on monsters and the Guardian. And in 150 we have created an option where it also affects Antarans, but only when the Antarans invade you, not when you go to the home world. So when you attack the home world, the Scout Lab and Galactic Lore skill are in fact useless. So having said all that, let's invade Antares, or attack Antares with these 4 ships. And yes, let's go. Here we are. So we got our 4 Titans, and we have 1 Titan and 3 cruisers from the Antarans. So if we examine the Star Fortress first, you can actually see Xiphius here, the leader, is in color because version 1.1, as I said in another episode of the playthrough, are still in color. And this guy here looks more or less correctly colored, in fact. So it's nice to see him in color. Normally you see him only in grayscale. This is the same Star Fortress as you can expect to see in version 1.3 or 1.5. And this guy is not changed a lot, except of course when you look at specials, there's not 5 specials but only 4, and you can if you know how the Antares are designed, you see that the wide area jammer, this missile jammer, is missing here. And in fact no Antares ships have jammers in version 1.1. Also the cruiser only has 1 spatial compressor instead of 2. So they tweaked these guys a lot in, somewhat in version 1.3. So we have 4 ships here, and we are going to first attack with the... Oh, here's the Smurf again. Smurf Kronos. We'll attack with that ship first. And we charge the cruiser. So you can see that one stellar converter does 400 damage as expected because it's an enveloping weapon, so 1600 damage, and then the damper field takes off 3/4, so you're left with 400 damage. And then we move back. The next ship has the structural analyzer, and we're going to shoot the above cruiser here, and then you see 800 damage and the ship explodes. Structural analyzer doubles the damage, and you can see it's more difficult to turn for us here because this ship has the stabilizer, which halves the turning cost, and this doesn't have it. It only has hard shields, so turning is more expensive, so we need to move somewhat like this. Then the next ship I'll show is this one, and that one has the high energy focus. So let's shoot him at the cruiser. And here you see only 400 damage, and that's because high energy focus has no effect on the stellar converter. It only works for beam weapons. And the stellar converter is not a beam weapon but a special weapon. We have inertial stabilizer, so it's easy to turn. And then the last ship that we have left is this one. It has Achilles targeting unit. And that special ignores armor and gives you a higher chance to hit special systems or shield systems. So we're going to shoot that one at the Harbinger. That's 400 damage. The Harbinger is not destroyed, but you see that almost all damage is applied to the structure. 404 of 800, so 396 damage was done to structure. And we lost 1 bomb here, because 20 neutronium bombs is the default. We only have 19 left now. So that's another 4 damage there. So this guy also moves back. And our 4 ships are done. So the reason why you don't actually need so many ships when you invade Antares, especially when you have the stellar converters, because with stellar converters you can move your ships back and move out of range of the Star Fortress. So once we have taken down these ships, there's only the fortress left, which is quite a substantial structure and armor, 3600 times 2. But we can move out of range, and the Star Fortress cannot move. So that means that actually you need probably 2 Titans with 1 stellar converter to pull off this job. So click done. Okay, so here we have the HEF ship, and here we have the analyzer ship, and here we have the regular. So you could see that the AI actually favors the Achilles target unit ship, which is a good thing. So this is the structural, and let me see, is that correct? This is the high energy focus. This is the structural analyzer ship. We'll shoot that at the Harbinger for 800 damage. And the ship still survives. We're going to move back. Then this is in fact, HEF is actually a regular stellar converter. We'll shoot it at a cruiser. And we move back. And then we shoot this ship at the other cruiser. So there's only the Harbinger left. We move back again. Now we're out of range of the fortress. And the Harbinger is not strong enough to take out our second ship. So we turn around for the shields. I think this is the one with hard shields, is it? No, it's not. So that, which one is it then? That's this one. Yeah. Okay, let's shoot the Harbinger again. Retreat this one. Retreat this one. So now we only have this guy left here with the structural analyzer. And now you're actually home free, and you can just sit here and do a couple of 800 damage shots while the fortress is not able to respond anymore. So that's how you attack Antares with stellar converters. I'm not going to finish the battle because I don't want to win. I want to go back to the game, so I'm going to retreat. Okay, we don't need to be here anymore. A little bit of music, guys. How's that? So the next thing I like to show you in this episode is a little bit of testing I did. I need to do something. Click turn. Right. Let's see if this is the right one. Huh? No, it's not. What's in armor? I'm not sure if I'm in the right save now. No, I needed to be in the planet defense testing. That was the wrong save. It was another test save. This is the correct one. Yeah, here we are with just a frigate. And the point of this save was to show the following. As you can see, the planet defenses, the beams get some mods, the missiles get some mods, and the star bases do not get any mods at all. So in version 1.3 they made a change so that nuclear, or actually any missile, gets ECCM for free at level 0. And you get fast and armored mods at level 1 as normal, but at no cost of space. The beams in the star bases do not get mods in the classic versions. Planet defenses, the heavy mounted beams, get armor piercing, continuous and no range if present, but no level 2 mods, so no enveloping and no auto fire. Point defense weapons only get continuous, so they don't get no range dissipation or armor piercing mods. Nuclear missiles, they do get mods, ECCM armor and fast, but only at level 1, including ECCM, and also ECCM has a cost here in version 1.1, and that's why you see only 10 nuclear missiles instead of 2 times 6. For the star base and the planet defenses. So that's the single point of this save game, so I'll retreat now. One other thing you could see is that for the defenses the planet moves before the star base, and in 1.5 usually the star base moves before the planet if they have the same initiative. Right. Then what else do I have? I can show you, as I said in another episode of my playthrough, I wanted to show you Guardian TIE. So here I have a little fleet of 7 destroyers of the usual design, 2 Merculite missiles with all the mods, augmented engines and battle pods with Zortium armor. This is your standard design to attack the Guardian. We only need 7 ships here because the Guardian, as you will see in a moment, does not have spatial compressors yet. That was also a thing added in version 1.3. Now the whole point of this save is to show what happens when you have a tie. So my ships die and also the Guardian dies. In version 1.3 and later, if that situation happens, you will actually win and you get the Avenger, Lochnar and all the technology goodies. In version 1.1 and 1.2, if you have a tie, you get nothing. And after the combat, there's also no more chance to get the specials. So once you get a tie, the specials and the Avenger ship are lost forever. So let's go to Orion. And hopefully this goes right in the first go, because it's quite hard to get the tie. So I might need 2 or 3 tries to get it right. Anyway, here we are. So we're gonna move somewhere here and shoot the missile. Then we will all group together. So move there, shoot the missile, move there, shoot the missile. So the first row will have 3 ships. Second row will have 4 ships. Like so. Now the point of the first volley of missiles is actually to keep the point defense particle beams occupied, because if there's no missiles fired, the particle beams will also shoot my destroyers and can cost the lives of quite a large number of destroyers. So here in this info you can see there's no spatial compressors. Only 2 death rays, 10 particle beams and 2 slots of 1 plasma torpedo. So we click done. The Guardian charges, shoots down most of the Merculites. Yeah, so only 3 made it through. We shot down 4. We lost 2 ships and 1 destroyer is now targeted by the plasma torpedoes. So we move forward slightly and then, well, a little bit more, yeah. And then we fire our missile. Then 1 destroyer moves forward fully, shoots the missile, gets 18 damage to the shield and self-destructs. Then this guy moves forward like so, and the second guy does more or less the same and also waits, and then the third guy moves fully forward. And the point of this is that when I self-destruct, I also do already some damage to my own ships, because the whole point is that when the Guardian goes down with and self-destructs, that my ships are destroyed as well. So shoot the missile, self-destruct. We see 10 and 2 damage. This guy still waits. And this guy also waits. This guy moves forward, shoots the missile, self-destruct. Now it all depends on this final shot. So if we don't destroy the Guardian, we have to do it all over again. So let's hope for the best. Here we go. We don't destroy him. He's immobile but not destroyed, so we'll have to replay this game. Self-destruct. Okay, so as I told you, it can be a little bit hard. Let's load up again. Attempt number 2. So we move forward to about here. Group all the ships together again. Okay. That's 3 hits. I'm losing 2 ships again. Fire my missile, wait. We wait, this guy moves forward, shoots the missile, and self-destructs. And we wait, and this guy moves forward and waits. Same for this guy, wait, shoot the missile, self-destruct. We got quite some serious damage already here. This guy is done now. Could have done that earlier, but okay. Now the shield is already down. This guy moves forward, shoots the missile, 12 damage. Guardian is immobilized now, you can see that here, immobilized, because he's less than half of his drive left. We self-destruct. Now this is the last ship again, so this guy has to do it. And he misses. Alright. Okay, hang in there guys. Gonna try it again. Perhaps we move forward a little bit less this time. Like so. Two, 3, 4, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits. Okay. Okay, we wait. This guy moves fully forward, shoots the missile, self-destruct. This guy moves here and waits. You move perhaps even here and wait. This guy moves here and waits. I'm just trying to do it slightly different now. Shoot the missile and self-destruct. This guy still waits. Yeah, and then this guy shoots the missile, 12 damage, Guardian is immobilized, self-destruct. You can shoot the missile and you're done. Now it's your turn to do it right this time. No, we don't got it again. Okay, too bad. If you start to doubt that this is possible in the first place, just hang on in there. Try it for the 4th time. Here, shoot. Well, okay, I was hoping this was going to be a little bit more smooth, but well, you love Master of Orion anyway, so it doesn't hurt to see it one more time. Okay, so now we move like here. Looks rather the same, doesn't it? I'm gonna move down this time and just shoot my missile and be done with it. This guy moves forward and waits. This guy moves forward and waits. This guy moves here and shoots. He has 12 and he has 11. So you move forward and shoot your missile. 6, it doesn't look good again. 6 damage is not great. Should have been 12. Oh! Ay ay ay! Well, at least you get a taste of how long it sometimes takes to do it right. So this is not the first time that I try it, so like 6, 7 or 8 times. So we'll go for it again. The setup is good, I've seen it work. I'm tired of this, guys. It doesn't seem to work today. What to do now? What to do now? I'll show you something else, actually. Something fun. I'll show you the runner. This is another map. I'm an omniscient race. I did that so I can see all the systems, especially the one with monsters. Space Amoeba. And I chose this system here, Statius, because it has a splinter colony protected by the space crystal. And I designed only this frigate, which I called Runner. And it's a runner because it has 36 combat speed. It comes because the ship is empty, it only has augmented engines, and it has an interfaced drive. So I tacked all the way through power. You can see all the other fields are barely touched. I did some fuel cells here for range. So I designed a very fast ship, and with that fast ship we're going to attack the space crystal. And here's what happens when you do that. So we have the first strike, but we have no weapons, so we can't strike. The crystal has 12 combat speed, and obviously we can't destroy it because we have no weapons. But we can run away, and that's what we're going to do. And he will chase us. And he will keep chasing us until combat is over, which is 50 combat turns. So again, hang on in here guys, it's gonna take a few minutes to show this, but it's fun. We keep running away. Crystal keeps coming after us. Sometimes the crystal gets a shot, but we have 180 beam defense, so it's very hard for him to touch us. And move up. And move up. And fully forward. Again, and now we go in the corner. 2, 3, 4. We got a shot again, but missed. We move down, and we just keep repeating this circling around. Keep going. It's somewhat tedious, but it's fun if you have nothing else to do in your life. Now you can try this on version 1.3, 1.4 and 1.5 because this bug is untouched as of today. So it works in all versions. And there's done. So we did 50 combat turns. Combat is done. And the code actually says when you tie like this by running away, so nobody is destroyed, then the attacker wins. So we have won, although we're still having a space crystal here. But because we have won, we get the splinter colony. Colony once broke off from your race and formed a separate colony. The colony is small, 3 population, and we want to integrate into your society once again. So here we are. We have a fresh new planet. With some unhappy faces, and then you would normally build a marine barracks and preferably buy it, but we can't buy it because the star is blockaded. So we now have a blockaded system in our empire, blockaded by a space crystal that just sits here, and I have no option at this moment to attack because I only have 2 frigates here, and it's quite fun. So you can reproduce this for yourself if you like. It works with all the monsters. If you have a splinter colony here, or if you have ancient artifacts, for example, if you do this running with ancient artifacts, you will get the technologies, although the monster is still there. Great, 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 great. So let's try again this Guardian, huh? Because I really do hope I can pull it off in this video. Here we go again. It's attempt number 6. Was 3 hits. 2 ships down as before. Wait. You wait. You go here and wait. You go here and wait. Shoot! 6 hull damage. It's getting a bit tiring. It's not gonna work. He is immobile but not blowing up. Well, it's a bonus video anyway, so only the real fans of Master of Orion are here. So I bet you want to see me try again. Here we go. Trying a different formation now. Six is not good again, eh? No, it's a miss again. Oh my goodness, amazing. How can this be? I prepared this save so nicely for you guys. When you feel, oh, whoa, wait. Yeah, we got it. Okay, great guys, we got it. That's a lot of attempts. So what happened here? Well, basically nothing happened. So the Guardian is gone, but we are gone as well. We got nothing, huh? So we have no death ray, no other equipment. We have no Avenger ship. So if we send our fleet to Orion now, here we are, we arrived. And still we get nothing. So all the goodies from Orion are kind of vaporized when you have a tie. Alright, so I'm happy it worked after all. It was quite something. And that's all I had to show for you in this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I think next will be a playthrough in version 1.2. And I'm thinking we'll do some Blitz game then. And then version 1.3, I'm thinking I will play a diplomacy game, because I read online in some comments from back in the day that 1.3 suffered from diplomacy issues and problems, and AI was very erratic, so I'd like to see that, and I'll play some democracy race or something, a little bit longer game. So 1.2 playthrough will be a shorter game with a full blitz, and 1.3 will be a longer game with a diplomacy game. And then we'll move on to 1.4 and 1.5, etc. So I see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.